Right, so in the UK we're out of lockdown. Have you had your first game of golf and noticed that the golf ball is going nowhere? So if, like me, you're asking the question, where has my speed gone during lockdown? Hi guys, so on a serious note, I hope you're out of lockdown like we are in the UK now. Hopefully that's going to stay out of lockdown, but I hope you're all well, hope you stayed safe. Certainly for me, I'm in a nice fortunate position that I've been able to hit some balls during lockdown, and even though I've worked on some technique, it's kind of been a little bit evident over my last few videos that I've definitely started losing club head speed, particularly with my driver. We need to understand why I've lost the speed, where's it gone, and how am I going to get it back. So I'm Ali Taylor, guys. Welcome down to my channel. If you're returning for more of my content, I appreciate you taking the time to watch my videos. If you're new to the channel and you enjoyed today's video, consider clicking that subscribe button, ring the notification bell, and you find out whenever I drop a new video. But today's content is really something that most golfers complain about all the time, about not hitting driver far enough, not swinging quick enough. But I think a lot of us that have maybe had an enforced layoff from golf, we don't know why. So what are some of the reasons that we could be swinging slower? Could be older. Yeah, I'm hoping 8 weeks older, shouldn't see a difference. Could be less fit. Yeah, there's definitely a possibility of that, even though I've been staying up with a bit of training. I think there's been too many trips to the fridge. Might have been enjoying myself in the evenings a little bit too much. So I would say from my perspective, maybe not quite as athletic as I was pre-lockdown. Comment below and let me know how athletic you thought I was before lockdown. But I still feel like I should be swinging it quicker than I am. So what we're going to do in today's video is I've already hit some warm-up shots, but I always generally work on two clubs in practice. I work on my 7-iron and my driver, and I pretty much know what I'm expecting: club head speed, ball speed, and carry distance with those clubs all the time. I'm going to hit a few 7-irons first off to see how close I am with my club head speed and performance with 7-iron. Then we're going to hit driver. I'm pretty sure that I'm not suddenly going to find those yards at the start of today's video. But it's interesting to see, I was about 110, 112 mile an hour pre-lockdown with club head speed. Ball speed comfortably over 160. I think I might have had one at 167 pre-lockdown, which was really quick for me. But in my videos in the last month, nowhere near that. I mean, I've even had some ball speeds that have been under 150 when it's not been a great strike. So let's get on with hitting some shots, 7-irons, drivers, and let's find out where my speed has gone. Right, and so like I said in the introduction, the two clubs that I always kind of practice with are my 7-iron and my driver. And it's interesting to see kind of club head speed, ball speed, kind of how efficient I am. But my big frustration, like I said, is I feel like I've lost speed. Not sure I've lost as much as I think with 7-iron, but certainly driver has really dropped off. So I'm going to hit a few with 7-iron anyway, just so we can check some numbers, see how close I am. So normally for me, round about 88, 89, might get up to 90 as a push with 7-iron. But let's just hit a few and see how I'm doing. So you can see 87, so pretty much where I would expect to be. '88, we can see just under 170 carry. There we are at 88, and particularly for me, what I've really liked is you can see there with 7-iron, I've not really lost any speed, but the little change that I've been working on in my swing to kind of get a little bit of a better wrist position at impact, I'm presenting a little bit less loft, getting a bit more ball speed, and then we can see 124 ball speed and 176 carry with my 7-iron. I'm almost a full club length longer keeping that speed up. But this is where the frustration creeps in. Now we're getting driver out, and we're going to see if I still am up around that 110 mile an hour. So then definitely pre-lockdown, kind of 110, 112 mile an hour, and certainly my benchmark of 160 ball speed was kind of always there or thereabouts, and even creeping up sometimes to 163, 164, 165. But definitely since lockdown, I've not seen any of those numbers. So let's hit some. Let's understand if I haven't got that speed, why not? And most importantly, let's get that speed back. Right, so first one with driver. So we can see 103 club speed, 153 ball speed. So a good strike, 1.49 smash, but only 236 yards carry. Right, so I know a little bit of the carry can be my launch condition, so I'm just going to go a touch higher. But we can see there, you know, I'm finding the middle of the golf club, so I'm transferring the energy really well from club head to golf ball. I just can't get enough speed in there at the moment, and I need to work out why, so that if you're like me and you've lost speed in lockdown, where's it gone? And are we getting it back? Right, let's go one more. Very consistent, bit left, but just slow. So definitely for me, there's a big difference in how I feel I start my downswing at the moment between my irons and my driver. Now, definitely with my irons, as I get to the top of my swing, I can really feel how I push into that lead foot, really drive down, and I know that helps to get into a really powerful impact position, and it gets my low point after the golf ball, which is what I'm looking for. I do think with driver though, the more I hit, it kind of feels that as I get back, I kind of stay back to try and hit up on it. So it kind of feels like I don't really use the ground very well with driver. So I'm going to try that. I'm not bothered if my low point gets after a little bit to begin with. But all I want to see is, can I get that club head speed back up? Even if I don't get to 110, I'd like to see my ball speed get much, much closer to 160. And then if I know I get my launch conditions right, at the moment, Project 300 feels so far away, it's frightening. So, let's feel. And I'm going to use a little bit of the step drill to help me. Now that definitely feels quicker, but I feel and reel the same. Right then, let's go and let's try and use the floor like I do with my irons. Better. So 105.4. 157.4, 265 carry, and 291. Now, that was better. Still not at 110. Feel the need for speed. Comment below and tell me what film that's out of. Okay, here we go then. Really try and use the ground. So nearly 159, 106 club head speed. So we're starting to inch back up, nearly getting out to 300 total, but I do want 300 through the air. Okay, let's go a couple more. Let's really get from there, down, then the club will work back up. Not bad. It's quicker. It's not pre-lockdown just yet, but we're definitely moving back in the right direction. Okay, so let's go again. It's always nice when what you try and work on gives you the desired result. Not quite as quick. It's quicker though, we're seeing that ball speed picking up. So we're kind of getting close to getting to that 160 ball speed again. Let's see if we can get there. Bit bottomy strike. Yeah, you see smashes down. Clubhead speed was up a touch. So we're going to one more, because if I stand here hitting driver after driver like this, I'm going to be a heap on the floor. Right, one more. Let's really try and move the club very, very quickly and see how we do. So strike wasn't quite as good. 107 club speed and 272 carry. Right then guys, so what did we see? I definitely moved it quicker. How did I move it quicker? So as much as I could maybe try and get going with my arms, there's only so much speed I can generate. But I know that once I get here, if my first movement is down and into my left side, then as my hip rotates out the way, my left leg straightens, gets delivering the club how I want. But the harder I can push into the ground, the more energy I can generate through my swing, transfer that into that club head, and we can see with my smash factors there, they were generally really, really good. And if I move this quicker and still hit it out the middle, I'm going to hit the ball further, I'm going to get back to pre-lockdown, and I am going to get to project 300 completion. Right then, so I think I can definitely, looking at what I did there, I can definitely agree that physically I'm maybe not quite as good as I was pre-lockdown. So I don't feel I can quite get back to where I was. That needs to change. So my commitment is I'm going to work a bit more on speed development. Not just getting stronger, but actually swinging quicker. I've not used my swing speed sticks for a while. Should be using them more. They're here. I've got no excuse. But I need to get back in some speed training. I need to do some strength work, particularly on lower body, because you could see there on the video. It was definitely the fact that I wasn't using the ground on my lower body properly that was costing me 5 miles an hour in clubhead speed. Now, each mile an hour clubhead speed is 2 to 3 yards. As a general rule, the best players in the world are 2.7. More golfers around about that 2.5. So you can see that I'm giving up 12.5 yards, maybe a little bit more. And the length I hit it, I can't afford to give up that distance. So a little change of feeling, working on the right thing, I saw an improvement. I'm really going to commit to practicing that, getting better with it. Probably something that you guys can really work on as well. If you know what your clubhead speed was pre-lockdown, you might not have done lockdown, you might have been very fortunate. But if you know what it was pre-lockdown, comment below and let me know what it is as soon as you're out. See if there's been a difference. Have you got slower? Have you got quicker? Have you stayed the same? It's very rare for us to stay the same if we're not doing something or working on something. But comment below, let me know what you thought of today's video. I'll get back to as many people as I can. Hopefully you've enjoyed today's content, something a little bit different as to, why maybe speed disappears from time to time. We need to get it back, we need to be quicker. But if you have enjoyed today's video and you don't subscribe currently, click the subscribe button, switch the notification bell on, and then you find out when I drop a new video. Follow me on all my social media platforms, all under Ali Taylor Golf. Hope to catch up with some of you guys down here soon. Stay in contact.